Political unrest has flared again in Bangkok. Anti-government protesters are back on the streets. They say they won't let up till Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-Cha resigns. At least 3 demonstrations are happening right now. Hundreds have gathered at Asok intersection. Another group is planning to demonstrate outside of Parliament. More than 2,000 police officers have been deployed to keep the peace. And they have already warned that all public gatherings are illegal due to the COVID-19 emergency. The demonstrations come as the no-confidence debate involving Mr Prayut stretches into its 3rd day. May Wong joins us live for more. May, are we seeing a huge turnout today then?
Well, honestly, I have to tell you that there have been larger gatherings in the past. But what is significant this time around is that after multiple repeated warnings by the authorities not to gather in such a protest, yet people have turned out. So it only goes to show you the kind of support that is going on in terms of an anti-government protest. Now, another significant point is this particular protest is organized by former Red Shirt leaders. If you remember as well, the Red Shirt movement was back in the 2007-2010, where actually the Red Shirt supporters were supporting the former exiled Prime Minister Chan-o-Cha. So this round, the protest being organized by the Red Shirt only goes to show you that the movement for the Red Shirt is very much alive. These people are veteran political activists, and these people have made a difference in the past. So it only goes to show you that the Red Shirts cannot be discounted in future demonstrations. Yet another significant point is the fact that this protest today is taking place on the 3rd day of the censure debate that is ongoing in Parliament. So the protesters want to coincide and also to complement the discussions that are ongoing in Parliament, where the opposition MPs are trying to oust the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-Cha. And that is the reason why the protesters are also organizing this in order to raise awareness among the citizens regarding the flaws and also the non-performance of the government, as they call it. So all these are significant points to show you the kind of turnout that we're seeing in downtown Bangkok.
Yeah, Bangkok isn't a stranger to these sorts of protests, May. So how effective will they be in changing the outcome of the censure debate?
This is not a short-term game. It is a long-term game. The protesters are not expecting to change anything overnight. In particular, they're not expecting anything to happen in Parliament, unfortunately. You see, after 4 days of debate in Parliament, the opposition MPs as well as the ruling coalition party MPs are expected to vote on Saturday to see if they want to keep Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-Cha in office or to oust him. The chances are, because the opposition MPs will not have enough votes to kick out the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-Cha will remain in office. What the protesters are doing and what such demonstrations are doing is, number one, to really up the level of knowledge in terms of politics here in this country. Number 2, to highlight the problems that the policies have been created for the people, and also to highlight the ineffectiveness of the Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-Cha government. So the protesters continue to try and get the message across in order to inform as well as to educate the citizens. And from the looks of it as well, not just here in Bangkok, but across different parts of the country, many demonstrations continue, and they will continue for the rest of the week, for the very fact that they really want the citizens to really increase their knowledge and also to increase their interest in the politics of Thailand, because only with the citizens partaking in such demonstrations and in such voicing out of their concerns, only will they be able to somewhat bring a change later on in this country.
What kind of citizen duty would we be having if we do not call out what is wrong in our country? That is going to be what really is a bad reputation for the country. And I ensure General Prayut that only him and his peers are the enemies of the country's reputation.
You just heard Kanat speak earlier. He lost one eye to a recent protest. And obviously, he told me earlier as well that he will continue regardless of whether or not he is going to get hurt again in future protests. So you can just imagine the determination of some of the citizens here in Thailand.
Thanks for getting us up to speed. May Wong speaking to us from Bangkok.